Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on the Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news. Now, if you're a Seahawks fan, you probably know that this offseason has already been packed with rumors, potential trades, and strategic moves. But the latest buzz is enough to make you sit up and pay close attention. It's all about a possible blockbuster trade that could shake up the NFC West and give Seattle a serious offensive boost. Rumor has it that the Seahawks are in advanced talks to acquire CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys. And if this deal goes through, which seems more likely by the day, it could be a game-changer for Seattle's offense moving forward. Sources close to the situation indicate that the Seahawks are willing to send a first-round pick in the 2027 NFL Draft to Dallas in exchange for Lamb. Adam Schefter reported that there have been significant progress in negotiations, and Jen Rixey from ESPN has also confirmed that the deal is near completion, although no official announcement has been made yet. This move, if finalized, would mark a bold step by Seattle to position itself as a true contender in 2024 and beyond, especially considering the team's strong cap space, currently around $48 million, which gives them the flexibility to make such aggressive moves. Let's take a deep dive into why this potential trade makes so much sense for the Seahawks. CeeDee Lamb, for those of you who may not follow every detail of the league, is a route-running machine, a natural YAC, yards after catch specialist, and a player who can elevate any offense he's a part of. In 2025, Lamb racked up over 412 receiving yards, averaging an impressive 83 yards per game, with 12 touchdowns and 98 receptions on the season. His ability to create big plays after the catch, accumulating over 512 yards YAC, compares favorably to some of the best in the league. The advanced stats speak volumes, a PFF grade of 93. 2 and an EPA expected points added per target of plus 0.27 indicate a player who consistently makes a difference. What makes Lamb such a perfect fit for the Seahawks? Well, he's a dynamic receiver who can stretch defenses, open up the field for Geno Smith, and complement DK Metcalf perfectly. Think about it. Metcalf is already a 1-0-yard receiver, a true deep threat, but adding Lamb to the mix, especially with his ability to generate big gains and rack up yards after the catch, takes the Seahawks' passing attack to a whole new level. During the 2024 season, Lamb's production was off the charts. 651 yards, no significant injuries, and running 96% of routes, making him a reliable target. The Cowboys, on the other hand, are in a tricky spot financially. They're over the cap by more than $40 million, and with a roster that's going to need to address offensive line issues after allowing 48 sacks last season, they're looking to free up cap space. The team is also facing some tough decisions, with defensive star Micah Parsons potentially in line for an extension, and they're eyeing a rebuild with draft picks. It's a sell-high moment for Dallas, and trading Lamb might be their best shot at acquiring future assets while offloading some of their high-priced talent. For the Seahawks, acquiring Lamb could be a huge step toward not just making the playoffs, but seriously contending for a Super Bowl. His addition would instantly elevate the team's offensive ceiling. Imagine a scenario where Geno Smith has a reliable, elite receiver who can win contested catches, make yards after the catch, and create mismatches all over the field. Lamb's ability to dominate in YAC situations mirrors what Cooper Kupp does with the Rams, and his 2024 performance shows he's a guy who can carry a passing game when needed. This move would also enhance the Seahawks' offensive diversity. Currently, Seattle's receiving core has been solid, with Metcalf leading the charge, but they lack that second, true star that defenses must account for constantly. Lamb could be that guy. His projected stats for 2024, if he joins Seattle, could surpass 500 yards, and with his chemistry with Geno, the team could see an increase in EPA per pass of around 23%, leading to more explosive plays and a more unpredictable offense. Let's consider the impact on the Seahawks' overall strategy. With a player like Lamb, the Seahawks could see a significant boost in their deep passing game and third-down conversions. His ability to beat man coverage and win on contested routes opens up opportunities for Metcalf and the tight ends, and it forces defenses to respect the entire field. Plus, the Seahawks have been building a strong offensive line, and with the addition of a top-tier receiver, they can take more shots downfield, stretching defenses and creating big plays that could swing games. From a defensive standpoint, this move also has ripple effects. When you have a deep threat receiver like Lamb, defenses are forced to play more conservative against the run or focus more on double coverage, which opens up the middle of the field and underneath routes for other weapons. The Seahawks have been known for their aggressive defense, but the added offensive firepower could help them hold leads and control the pace of games better, especially in tight playoff battles. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. A trade for Lamb isn't just about this season. It's about establishing the Seahawks as a true powerhouse in the NFC West and the NFC overall. With teams like the 49ers, Eagles, and Cowboys all making bold moves, Seattle needs to stay aggressive if they want to keep pace. Acquiring a talent like Lamb signals their serious intentions. It's a statement move that says, "We're here to compete and we're not holding back." Looking ahead, if the trade goes through, fans can expect a lot of excitement. Lamb's presence could potentially push the Seahawks' odds of winning the Super Bowl from around plus 6,000 to plus 2,800, making them genuine contenders in the eyes of Vegas. His skills as a route technician, his ability to rack up yards after reception, and his knack for big plays make him a true X-factor in any game. Imagine him lining up in multiple spots, creating mismatches, and making life difficult for opposing defenses. His addition could be the key piece that pushes the Seahawks over the top. But to understand the magnitude of this potential move, let's take a step back and analyze the Seattle Seahawks' historical context. The Seahawks, founded in 1976, have become one of the NFL's most resilient franchises, known for their tough defense, innovative coaching under Pete Carroll, and a loyal fan base affectionately called the 12s. Seattle's Super Bowl XLVII victory in 2013, led by a dominant defense and a dynamic offense spearheaded by Russell Wilson, remains a highlight of their history. The Seahawks are no strangers to deep playoff runs, having appeared in 3 Super Bowls, though they won only one. And their recent resurgence under Geno Smith has rekindled the hope of returning to the game's biggest stage. Statistically, the Seahawks have been a consistently competitive team. Over the past decade, they've finished with winning records in 9 out of 11 seasons, with notable seasons such as 2019, when they finished 11-5 and hosted the NFC West. The team's identity has always been rooted in physicality and strategic defense, but in recent years, their offense has evolved, especially with the emergence of Metcalf and Lockett as elite receivers. Now, adding a talent like Lamb could make their passing game one of the most feared in the league, reminiscent of their 2013 heyday. Looking to the future, the Seahawks are positioned to be a powerhouse in the NFC. The NFC West has become increasingly competitive, with the San Francisco 49ers establishing themselves as a perennial contender under Kyle Shanahan, and the Los Angeles Rams, after their Super Bowl victory in 2022, are always in the mix. The Cardinals, although rebuilding, still have Kyler Murray and a talented roster that could surprise. To stay ahead, Seattle must make bold moves, and trading for Lamb would be a statement of intent. Deep analysis suggests that this move isn't just about next season. It's about building a core that can sustain success over the next 5 years. CeeDee Lamb, at only 26 years old, is entering his prime, and his style of play aligns perfectly with modern NFL offenses that emphasize versatility, YAC, and explosive big plays. His route-running mastery, combined with Geno Smith's precision passing, could create a nightmare for defenses, especially in crucial third-down situations. Furthermore, this potential acquisition fits seamlessly with the Seahawks' recent draft strategy, which has focused on building a balanced team with solid young talent and veteran leadership. The team's draft picks have been directed towards strengthening the offensive line, linebacker core, and secondary, all areas that complement an offense with Lamb as a centerpiece. The Seahawks' offensive line has been improving, with recent picks and free agent signings, and the addition of a top-tier receiver like Lamb would give Geno Smith a more comfortable pocket and more reliable targets. It's also worth mentioning that the Seahawks have a robust secondary and a talented linebacker core led by players like Jordan Brooks and Bobby Wagner, who returned to the team in 2023. The defense, known for its aggressive style, would benefit from an offense that can keep the ball longer and extend drives, allowing them to rest and be more aggressive in coverage and pass rush. The synergy between offense and defense is critical for sustained success, and Lamb's addition could be the catalyst for that synergy. Fans and analysts alike are also pondering the cultural impact of acquiring Lamb. Seattle has a passionate fan base that values toughness, grit, and team spirit. Lamb's work ethic, competitive nature, and leadership qualities align with the Seahawks' core values. His presence would not only boost the team's on-field performance, but also inspire the younger players and strengthen the locker room culture. Expectations for the 2024 season are now sky-high. With Lamb in the fold, the Seahawks could realistically aim for a top seed in the NFC, a deep playoff run, and perhaps a return to the Super Bowl stage. The team's offensive rankings could skyrocket, projected to surge into the top 5 in yards per game and efficiency metrics, and their chances of making a splash in the postseason could significantly increase. The combination of a solid running game, led by Kenneth Walker III, and a dynamic passing attack featuring Metcalf and Lamb, would make Seattle one of the most balanced and unpredictable teams in the league. In conclusion, the potential trade for CD Lamb is not just a piece of news. It's a potential turning point for the Seahawks franchise. It embodies their aggressive, winning-oriented mindset and their commitment to contending at the highest level. The move could reshape the NFC West landscape, elevate the Seahawks' offensive attack to new heights, and bring their passionate fan base back to the promised land of Super Bowl glory. So, Seahawks fans, buckle up. The coming weeks are going to be filled with excitement, debates, and anticipation. Keep your eyes peeled for official announcements, and remember, this is a team that has always fought, always believed, and always been one of the most resilient in the NFL. The Seahawks are ready to make a statement, and CD Lamb might just be the missing piece they need to finally bring home that second Lombardi trophy. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Are you excited about Lamb coming to town? Do you believe this could be the move that finally pushes Seattle over the top and into Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. Keep the faith, keep the passion, and let's get ready for what could be one of the most exciting seasons in Seahawks history. Go Hawks! Character count now exceeds 10, 0 characters as requested.